Extreme Foolishness TV here. This is where I talk about extreme foolishness that goes on around you. I'm going to go straight into the Zion Williamson case again. We've been talking about this Zion Williamson stuff. I did a video yesterday. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an attorney who has a complete and unequivocal disdain for extreme foolishness. So this Zion Williamson story has all the elements that capture my attention. It has legal drama, it has the law, and most importantly, it has extreme foolishness. If you like this content, please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. I'll be talking about what are the claims that Moriah Mills could have against Zion Williamson. Again, Moriah Mills, if you happen to watch this video, this is not legal advice here. I'm just giving an opinion on YouTube about what legal claims Moriah Mills could have against Zion Williamson. A lot of people have texted me about that. What do I think about, she's saying she's going to take him to court. Does she have any legal action against Zion? I'll be giving my opinion as to the possible legal action she could have against Zion Williamson. Whether she prevails in those claims, it's another case for judge or jury. But I will give you my honest opinion as an attorney and as somebody who hates extreme foolishness. First of all, if you guys don't know the story, watch my first video. This Moriah Mills is an adult content creator. Just careful my words here, people, because of the YouTube algorithm. And Zion Williamson had a baby reveal with soon-to-be baby mother. I guess she's another adult content creator or OnlyFans or whatever. But anyway, this Moriah Mills is definitely pissed at Zion because she thinks that Zion having a baby with another person is interrupting her money. And the claim she could have against Zion, first of all, is a breach of contract claim. I'm sure you're thinking, oh, she's not married to Zion. It does not matter, people. The law is the law. As long as there's an agreement by both parties, there's an offer, acceptance, and consideration, then she could have a claim for a breach of contract against Zion. And what is the contract? The contract is, first of all, that Zion will pay for her condo and he will give her money every month. You can see the tweet here. Zion said, I'll be paying the rent for your spot and I'll get you money every month. She has receipts. This is sufficient to prove a breach of contract claim against another person. If she says, hey, Zion, you told me that you're going to be paying my rent every month. You're going to be giving me money every month. And there's another post here, Zion saying, I'm still down. You can't knock how a fool decides to give away his money. And I think that is what a lot of people have been upset about. Like, why was Zion pay her? He's not married to her. You don't have to be married. Even if she doesn't prevail in the breach of contract claim, the law has what we call detrimental reliance. If she relied on his statements to her detriment, and injustice will occur if that contract is not enforced, a court could still ask Zion to pay her for her condo and give her money every month. So the question is, what will be the duration of the payment? Well, I don't know. If she says, Zion, remember you told me you were going to pay for my condo for 5 years? Remember that? Zion is going to say, no, I didn't tell you that. I didn't tell you I was going to pay for your condo for 5 years. Come on. But that's what you told me, Zion. That's what you told me. A judge is going to have to decide who's telling the truth or not. Or a judge can say, hey, you know what? A year, 2 years, whatever. And if she said she packed up and left because you told her, now she has relied on your statement, Zion. So that is one claim she could have. Breach of contract against Zion. And the damages will be for the condo, her condo, and the monthly allowance that she's been getting. Like Zion said he was going to pay, and he's still down. Remember, another claim she could have against Zion could be breach of invasion of privacy. I mean, she said that a friend of, look at this tweet here. She said she kept quiet for a year, and everyone was wondering why was she always in New Orleans. And she said a guy friend of her told her that Zion was showing girls that he flew out tapes they had together. You know, those are tapes that have, you know, probably some nudity, some adult content between both of them. So you know exactly. So if she claims that she agreed for Zion to tape to record a private encounter between both of them, but she did not agree for Zion to share a private, intimate encounter with a third party, that could be an actionable claim for invasion of privacy. You know she's going to claim damages. So that's why you got to be careful, guys. Some of your dudes, your homeboys, your homies, you telling stuff, they're snitching behind you. So assuming what she said is true. If a guy friend of her told her that Zion was showing private, intimate tapes, then maybe she could have a claim for invasion of privacy. That is not a very, very strong claim because Zion is going to say, hey, you know what? Look at the kind of work that you do now. Come on. Look at the kind of work that you do. You show yourself anyway. But she's going to say, well, I get paid for that one. This was another private encounter. I didn't authorize you to divulge it to a third party. I didn't tell you to disseminate it to somebody else or show all the girls. Hey, whether that flies, that is another story for the courts. But possibly it could be a claim, even though it's a weak one. Also, she could also have a claim for damages for breach of contract for not paying for her culinary classes. She claims that Zion offered to pay for her culinary classes, irrespective of whatever she was getting paid every month. So she could say, hey, Zion, you agreed to pay for my culinary classes. And Zion's gonna be like, I didn't agree to that. So, but she's like, oh, you agreed to it. I already took steps towards getting my culinary classes started, and I got to put it aside or that kind of stuff. You got to pay for that. So she claims that right here, she was supposed to attend the culinary class school this fall, and she got to push it back because I guess she claimed that Zion lied to her, and then she was supposed to pay her fees because the baby is coming and blah, 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 blah. She was supposed to pay her fees. Now a baby's coming. In other words, she had depended on going to culinary class. I don't know how someone can go from doing adult entertainment work to start cooking, but hey, I don't know. She also claimed that Zion made her post on the gram that she should delete all her social media, and that she did post that right here, that this is the last day you will see her on the internet, and that she should delete all her social media, that Zion made her post this. She also said she curved a rich old white man in New Orleans because she thought Zion was serious, that each other was serious, that he probably owned, that the rich old white man probably owned the team Zion is playing for. Interesting. She's now saying, Zion, I left one customer. I let go of a customer to come to you. So, come on, Zion. You made me drop a customer, an old, rich, old white man, well paying, most likely he was paying well. And she has receipts, apparently, to show that the encounter was a quid pro quo. That in exchange for her company and her performances that she did on Zion, she even said that she did a performance on Zion. She went downtown. She went downtown New Orleans on Zion. And Zion cried. He cried tears of joy after she went downtown New Orleans on Zion. He was like, oh my God. Zion was crying. He was crying like a bee. She thanked Zion for the gift that Zion gave her last year. And she said, this time around. And she said she's been getting $107,000 monthly. And now her monthly allowance will be cut. So, whether she gets any money, it's a different story for another day. But you know that obviously she's also going to make a claim for negligent infliction of emotional distress. She's going to say, hey, Zion did something outrageous that now she's suffering emotional distress. From her tweets, you can see that she's going there. Hey, ultimately, this woman is not looking at, she wants to go out without a fight. She wants to cash out. She probably senses that the end is near with Zion and she wants to cash out big. So she's going to make all this claim. She's going to find some lawyer. You know, there are lawyers out there who represent women like this. I think everyone deserves a good representation. So, but there are lawyers who are most likely going to represent her. One comes to mind. Maybe she does a press conference with Gloria Allred. Who knows? Maybe they try to tell Zion to pay up. But it's going to be hard because how do you, as Zion, pay this woman off knowing with the guarantee that she's not going to come out in public or start tweeting again? But she wants to cash out. She wants to cash out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Stay safe out there, my lovely people. And most importantly, say no to extreme foolishness.